September 16th, World Ozone Day. A reminder that one invisible layer in our atmosphere has slightly protecting us from the harmful UV rays, and when humans nearly destroyed it, the world came together, acted, and saved it. That story gave us a hope that even when people unite for a cause, change is possible. And that's exactly why I'm here with you today in the very first episode of the sustainability side. And I'm Dr. Sama. Before we dive deep into the segments, let's have a small intro. Then, with that note, we'll continue our session.
Sing it loud, let's unite on the sustainability side. Feel the love day and night. Let's turn the tides, make a change today. Together we define our sustainable way. With every step we take, we rise and glow on the sustainability side. Let the good vibes flow.
I hope you enjoyed our intros. Now, before we dive into today's very special day, this is a day reminds us of the 1978 Montreal Protocol when the world came together to protect our ozone layer. It was the proof that global cooperation works, and that's when we recognize a crisis and act collectively. We can make a change happen, and that's exactly the spirit behind this podcast, coming together to talk, learn, and take action for a more sustainable future. This podcast is not just about conversations, it's about creating a community, a place where sustainability isn't just a buzzword, but a practical, inspiring, and achievable way of life. Let's move on to the first segment, which is why does sustainability even matter? So, at its core, sustainability is about the balance and it's about meeting our needs today without destroying the ability of future generations to meet theirs. So think of it this way. If our planet was a company, right now we are overspending our resources, digging into credit and leaving debt for our children. And no smart businesses or families can survive that way. This is where a concept like green economy and blue economy comes in. We will explore topics like climate solutions, sustainable businesses, and the green and blue economy, policies shaping our world, and stories from change makers who are already doing incredible work. But here's the difference. The sustainability side is a working model, not just talk, but action, learning, and collaboration. And I want you to be the part of it. If you ever thought, I want to live more sustainable but don't know where to start, or if you are a business leader, if you are a researcher, policymaker, or even simple curious person like me, you are exactly who the podcast is for. Let's be real. We live in a time where climate change, pollution, and resource exhaustion are no longer future problems. They are here right now. It's the reality. Right? Cities are facing water shortages, oceans are warming and losing biodiversity, businesses are struggling to balance growth with the responsibility. So on, we could keep it going. But here's the truth. Sustainability isn't about the environment, it's about the people, the economy, and our collective future. So it's about asking, can we create growth that doesn't destroy the very system that is keeping us alive? Yes. A very big yes. So that's where the concepts like the green economy and blue economy comes in. Have you ever heard of it? Not everybody knows everything, so it's fine. Let's dive into that topic. In simple terms, let's start with the green business. It is the one where the growth, the profits, and the development happens. A green business is something that any business that operates in a way that environmentally responsible, simple, right? But not at all the cost of the planet. It's like designing business in a way that both creates job and reduces carbon footprints. For example, like renewable energy companies, sustainable agriculture, ecotourism. These are all the part of a green economy. And then we have the green businesses. The green businesses are that integrate sustainability into their core, not just like CSR checkbox, but as the real business model. It could be as simple as a small local store that switches to zero waste packaging, eco friendly and biodegradable cups in a cafe, or as big as a Tesla or any other big companies transforming how we think about the cars, or even switching on to the smart datas. So here's an example, which is something like companies that switch to renewable energy, reducing waste or creating eco-friendly product that sources locally, reduces single-use plastic and invest in community and well-being. And this is the very perfect example for a small-scale green business. Or it could be as large as the renewable energy firms or electric vehicle companies who are doing big works. I hope now you understood what a green business is. Now we'll discuss about a green economy. A green economy is a little bit bigger. Okay, it's the system where entire industries, governments, and communities work together to create economic growth while reducing environmental risk. Is it too much of a textbook definition? Let me break down. Imagine cities powered by clean energy, transportations running on renewables like, solar heaters, solar lights, and electric cars, and in the industries where waste becomes raw material for another company. I hope you can able to imagine the whole system I'm trying to tell you. So the whole system, this is called the green economy in action. Now let's add the oceans into the picture, which is the blue economy. Oceans aren't just vast waters, they are the lungs of our planet, providing oxygen, regulating climate, and supporting billions of livelihoods. The blue economy is about using ocean resources responsibly, like sustainable fishing, marine renewable energy, ecotourism, and even marine biotechnology to support the growth while protecting the marine ecosystems. Coming from the background in the marine economics, I have seen how fragile and vital the systems are, and I know that if we don't protect them, we are losing a massive part of our planet's life support system. Can you imagine living a life without lungs? No, that's the part we are talking about right now. Losing a major part of our planet's life support system. Imagine I told you, right? Ocean is kind of a lungs of our planet, providing oxygen. So now you understand what I'm talking about, right? Okay. So you may be asking this question like, why now? Why? Right? So why did I choose a podcast as the medium? Because storytelling connects us. Not only that, it's more likely like podcast is a platform, right? It takes human ideas. We can break down complex topics into conversations, not just only the conversations, and making that conversations into the action, which is the whole picture here. And also sustainability needs voice. We need more dialogue, not just among policymakers, but among everyday people, businesses, and communities. That's why the sustainability side is more than just an episode, it is an invitation to join a movement. If you're listening right now, don't just consume, contribute. Share your thoughts, join the community, and be the part of the solution we will build together. Imagine what's possible when researchers, businesses, policymakers, and passionate individuals like you and me come together. That's where transformation begins. We are not here to be passive listeners. This is a space for doers. Our vision is to create a global community where listeners learn and share practical ways to live sustainably. Businesses find insights to innovate and align with global goals, and of course to share their journey so that others could take them as an inspiration and be a part of a greater change. Researchers and policymakers exchange their ideas that can actually be applied. Collaborators and sponsors fuel initiatives that create measurable impact. Every episode, every conversation is a step towards building this ecosystem. As we close today's very first episode, remember the ozone story I started with. Humanity faced a crisis, united, and turned it around. That's the spirit of the sustainability side. This is just the beginning. Together, we can shape a future where sustainability is not an option, but the standard. So, subscribe, share, and most importantly, step up and join this community because the sustainability is not just mine, it's ours. With that note, let's wrap for today's episode. But remember, the conversation doesn't end here. Sustainability isn't just a trend, it is the future, and we are shaping it together. I'll be back soon with more stories and ideas to turn around with action. Until next time, take care, stay curious, inspired, and keep growing here with us only on the sustainability side.
Feel the joy, let's unite on the sustainability side. Making waves, shining light. From city streets to the open skies, together we rise with a love that defies, creating a world where art's alive. Join the movement now, let our spirit shine. Feel the